My dear ninth children, good afternoon to all. In this session, we are going to see about ninth standard geography and economics. Here, today, this session is for economics, that is unit 2, employment in India and in Tamil Nadu. My dear children, as you know pretty well that the basic needs of human being are food, clothes and shelter. அதாவது ஒரு மனிதனுக்கு மிக முக்கிய அடிப்படை தேவை உணவு, உடை, தங்குவதற்கு இருப்பிடம். So there are three essential basic needs. They are food, clothes and shelter. In this present world, we need one more essential need to be added in the basic needs list, that is employment. So employment is a very essential, one of the essential basic needs in the present world, because we all need employment to earn money. So to work, and by working we can get money. So money play a vital role in the day-to-day life of human being. Now, in under the employment, there are two more things we have to come to understand. One is employee, another one is employer. Here, who is employee and who is employer? What is the difference between employer and employee? Employee is nothing but the people, those who are working under any organization. The working people are called employee. And what is the employer? The person who gives opportunity to work and pay rewards for their work. We can call him as an employer. Let us take example. In our school, there are teachers and there is a correspondent. All the teachers are appointed by a correspondent. Here, the teachers are coming under working category. They are employee. Here, the correspondent gives opportunity to work in his institution. As he gives opportunity to others, we can call him as an employer. This is the slight difference between employer and employee. My dear children, what is the age group of our country? See here, age group 15 to 60 years. Those who are coming under, in between these years, are coming under working force. And less than 15 years of age are considered as children. The people, those who are crossed 60 years of age, they cannot be included in any list, as they do not fit for, mentally fit for do any productive work. So, the people, those who are coming under above 60 years of age group, we can call them as a dependent population. The less than 15 years of age are considered as children. And the age group coming under 15 to 60 years of age, they are coming under working people. These are the age group of our country. My dear children, Let us see the learning objectives of the lesson. Employment in India and in Tamil Nadu. The learning objectives: 1. To know the employment structure in India. Learning objectives: 2. To understand the organized and unorganized sector. The next, understand the distinction between the public sector and the private sector. To understand the changing employment pattern. Now, let us see the first learning objectives: employment structure in India. The nature of employment in India is multi-dimensional. Some get employment throughout the year, some others get employed for only a few months in a year. The economy is classified into 3 sectors: primary or agriculture sector, secondary or industrial sector, and tertiary or service sector. The structure of employment denotes the number of workers engaged in different sectors of the economy. Though the occupational pattern varies from one country to another, one can find in developing countries like India that a large workforce will be engaged in primary sector, while a small proportion in secondary and tertiary sector. Whereas in well-developed countries, the proportion of working force engaged in agriculture will be very small, and a majority of labor force will be in the industrial and tertiary sector. Employment has always featured as an important element of development policy in India. Employment growth has increased at an average rate of 2% during the past 4 decades since 1972 to 73. My dear children, we will go to the next learning objectives, that is organized and unorganized sector. What is the organized sector and what is the unorganized sector? First, let us see about the organized sector. The organized sector is one that is incorporated with the appropriate authority or government and follows appropriate rules and regulations. In short, organized sectors are those which are deliberately planned, designed, and duly sanctioned by the competent authority. They are formal by nature. In India, employees of central and state government, banks, railways, insurance, industry, and so on can be called as organized sector. This sector works according to certain rules and regulations given in the law. Organized sector has some formal process and procedures. The employees in this sector are provided with job security and receive higher wages than those of unorganized sector. Organized sector gives good salary, fixed working hours, paid holidays, and provides medical allowance and insurance also. Then let us see about unorganized sector. What is an unorganized sector? The unorganized sector of the economy characterized by the household manufacturing activity and small scale industry. Jobs here are low paid and often not regular. Mostly, they do not have paid leave, holiday, leave due to sickness, and so on. Here, employment is not secure. When there is no work, people are asked to leave the job. This sector includes a large number of people who are employed on their own doing small jobs such as selling on the street, doing repair work, and so on. In the unorganized sector, the employment terms are not fixed and regular. They do not enjoy any special benefits or job security. These enterprises are not registered with the government. These are the features of unorganized sector. Here, let us see about public sector and private sector. Economic activities are classified into public and private sector based on who owns the assets and is responsible for the delivery of the services. Let us see the differences between the public sector and private sector. What are the motto of the public sector and what are the motto of the private sector? Let us see through a small differences. See here, the public sector is a service motive sector, whereas private sector is a profit motive sector. So public sector is service for the people and private sector expect only profit. And the public sector, government owns the assets. All the assets are owned by the government in the public sector, whereas in private sector, private individual own the assets. In the public sector, wages are paid by the government. In the private sector, wages are paid by the owner of private enterprises. So let us see through an example. Public sector, NLC, Neyveli Lignite Corporation, it is a public sector, government sector. TVS Motor, it is a private sector. Steel Authority of India Limited, it is a government sector, public sector, whereas Ashok Leyland is a private sector. BSNL, it is a government, public sector, whereas Tata Steel is a private sector. My dear children, let us go next. The employment pattern of India and Tamil Nadu. In recent years, there has been a change in the employment pattern, and this has helped the employers to develop more flexible working patterns among their employees. The trends are increasing self-employment, firm using fewer full-time employees, and tending to offer more short-term contract. There has been a growth in part-time employment. This may be due to lifestyle of the people. Then, employment trends in Tamil Nadu. Agriculture, despite a sharp decline in gross domestic product, continues to be the largest employer in Tamil Nadu. This is because the non-agriculture sectors are yet to generate enough employment to affect a shift of labor force. Most of the employment growth in Tamil Nadu has been contributed by the unorganized and informal sectors. Thank you, children. Watch the videos repeatedly and get clear your doubts. Thank you.